Okay, here at Metal Talk Net. We're here at the Manor Club. Fantastic little venue here in South Wimbledon. And as a member of EPA getting in the way. Swat! And talking of which, here I am. I'm with two original members of Weapon. Jeff Summers, guitars. Original singer, Danny Hines.
Hello.
How are you guys?
We're good.
Great, Mark.
Good, good.
Lovely to see you, mate.
Good to see you, as always. And let's talk about the history of Weapon, because your history goes back quite a long way, really. Right back to the New Wave British Heavy Metal explosion, in many ways.
Yeah, before.
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely, yeah.
So what year was it you first started?
We formed in March of 1980. He did an advertisement in Rally Maker for the singer. I did an advertisement for the band. Got together, and after a few rehearsals, done a couple of demos, and the publishing company didn't particularly like the rhythm section we had at the time, so we replaced it with Bruce Nisland and Baz Dallas became Weapon.
Fantastic. And obviously, like, the name Weapon's been immortalised in many ways in the back of the Motorhead album, No Sit the Hammersmith, because you was on the sport band for Ace Up Your Sleeve tour. So tell us a little bit about that.
Yeah, well, I mean, we were really lucky, basically. You know, we just put the basis of the band together, Danny and I, different bass player, different drummer, and then, as Danny said, we've got Bruce in, we've got Baz in, and then we managed to secure a gig at the venue, which was owned by Virgin at the time, and they were on the verge of signing the band at the time as well, so it's quite, you know, sort of fortuitous, if you like. We played the gig that night. Eddie Clark was there with a friend of yeah.
Fast Eddie Clark, you all know him.
Yeah, the Fast Eddie Clark, yeah, from Motorhead. So, you know, he was there or something. We played that night, and we were, you know, obviously reasonably good. And so had a conversation and mentioned that we might be up for the tour. So we thought, fantastic, absolutely brilliant. News came back a little bit later on that we were definitely up for the tour, and I think we were playing the Music Machine, weren't we?
We put on the showcase.
Yeah,
Music Machine Camden,
yeah.
Legendary venue.
Done the showcase with them, all the band came down and management of Grey Brown. And we obviously impressed them enough to, I think, what was it, Lemmy's words?
Yeah, well, yeah, it was one of those fantastic gig for Music Machine. I mean, you remember it? It was a young to remember it.
Yeah, I'm too young.
Way too young, just a tiny bit. And we had a great gig. It was really hot and sweaty that night. It was a good layout. Lemmy was in there. He came down just to make sure we were going to be right for the tour and that kind of stuff. We all had a bit of a fallout during the thing. We'd been down the pub, and while we were waiting to go and do the sound check, we'd been knocking about a bit. The kids, you know, banging, you know. So we all started having a bit of a row, bits and pieces going on, this kind of stuff. We all fell out. We all hated each other. We all fell out. Went backstage. All got dressed independent, tuned up, bang, ran on stage there. You know, it's like, come on, better make it a good one. And so there was so much adrenaline in us. We just bang, we just kicked it all out. So we played everything at 2 or 3 times the speed it should have been.
Yeah.
And at the end of the show, me and Baz, the bass player, we got our guitars and we're rubbing it down. We're trying to slam each other with the guitars and you know, all doing, you know, a little bit of showmanship, a little bit of, you know, anger and everything in there as well.
And Pure Q.
And a Paul Q.
Pure Q. The guy kept coming from the stadium. Smashed out the fucking head.
Seriously, he did.
And then at the end of Lemmy's Immortal Awards was a band like that have that much contempt for their audience. They have to tour us.
I had to remote it, yeah.
And obviously that's like when Motorhead, for many fans, were the height of their game, you know, sort of, just after Ace of Spades.
They were never as big again, I don't think.
No, not really.
And certainly not
top 10 band at the time. That's
I tell you what, we were, you know, I mean, that particular sort, I mean, you know, we've just been doing the pubs and, you know, some of the nice clubs around London, that kind of thing. I mean, it was massive. It was massive. I mean, the sound was unbelievable, unbelievable. I mean, fantastic, absolutely brilliant for us. We was kids, we thoroughly enjoyed it. It's absolutely brilliant. But we had no idea at that point how big, you know, the Ace of Spades as an album was.
Yeah.
Number 1, I think.
So number 1 heavy metal album, but it was a top 10 album, and obviously the result in live album, Hammersmith went straight in at number 1.
Yeah, I knew one of them was. Yeah.
And around that time, like I say, you had a double A-side single, Set the Stage Alight, and Man Mad World. But you never got to release an album as such.
Well, you know, we released that through Virgin, the double A-side single, the November of the year. Sounded really well. And we recorded most of the album, I think we had all the album done, didn't we?
Yeah.
Before we went on to
the whole album.
And the managing company we had at the time basically sucked. Assholes. And I don't know what they were holding out for some sort of deal, but we never got a deal. And then we came off that tour, and there was nothing waiting for us. No deal, no follow-up dates. That was the beginning of the end. You know, from this fucking
big high,
4 nights at Hammersmith over finished. after only being together 7 months. You know, it's awesome. And,
well, interesting enough, the thing was, because we recorded the album, it was all ready to go. I mean, we had, what, 10 or 11 tracks or whatever. And they had a change around in the A&R section. And it was like, okay, well, we're going to release it, It kind of went on and on, got delayed, the management coming in, they got it sorted out. And they, just about the same time, or just prior, they signed Gillan. Yeah, Gillan there.
Fine enough. We can't move from Gillan.
Here tonight.
Oh, the kind of
our friends here tonight. Yeah, exactly. And so it kind of got shelved. You know, the priorities, the money that was in there for that. You know, like they got the pop band, they got the rock band, they got the reggae band, or whatever. You know, and from the rock or heavy metal.
Rock band. That's where they did.
And they just signed the checks.
So what happened then? Did the band disband? Was it?
well, we toured again. We toured it in the following year. Done a small college, club tour around the UK, which went very well again. Again, come off that, was nothing else again. And of course, when you have no money coming in, you start to bicker within, and it basically imploded. You know, suddenly one day, what's the fucking point? We couldn't do anything. We were signed to these wankers for 5 years. Couldn't do anything, without them. And they couldn't do anything. They couldn't get us a deal. Wouldn't get us a deal. Whatever the fuck it was. I still don't know what it is. Smart. They're called smart.
We couldn't get hold of them. Couldn't speak to them.
So what affected that on you? You must have lived like rather dissolution of the music business itself in many ways.
Well, not the music business. No, I never did the solution to the music business. Just the assholes that did it. But we just got to a point where we couldn't afford to tour. We didn't have money. Nobody was working to subsidise it, and it just sort of dwindled off. But we had the main thing about it. We all remained great friends, although we were bigger than 5 years, as you do. But we were like brothers in arms, and we're still to this day great friends.
So what did you do in the intervening years?
Well, you can take that.
Yeah. Okay. Well, well, first thing I did was got a phone call from Kevin Riddles from Angel Witch. And Kevin Hayborn had left Angel Witch, they'd fallen apart at that time, imploded about the same time that we did. And Kev asked me to come in and do Kev Hayborn's job in Angel Witch, so I went down with him and Kevin Riddles and Dave Duff Dufour, Denise's brother. And we went down the chat. It was great, really good. It was very exciting, everything was really great. And then Kev said that he wanted to expand the lineup, so it wasn't an original three-piece of what it originally was. Great, lovely. So he auditioned a few singers, what we did, and eventually came up with Norman, Cal Swan, the guy that ended up singing with him, and then expanded to a 5-piece as well. And we were rehearsing, and things were sounding great, but nothing was happening. In the meantime, Bruce, the original drummer from Wapping, Bruce Bislin, came in and said, got this thing going with Paul Murray O'Day from Moore, another guitar player, another writer, blah blah blah. So anyway, I went down, and Paul got a deal instantly, got a recording deal straight back at Moore. So I joined Wildfire, and well, we kind of founded Wildfire. The lineup was Bruce Bislin, Paul Murray O'Day from Iron Maiden and Moore, and myself, and Martin Bushell and Jeff Brown. And we made a couple of albums, and they were pretty successful to Europe and did a lot of TV and radio and that kind of stuff.
I believe he was on ECT.
Really we were on ECT, same time as Phil Lynott and Gary Moore and Fields, and it's been very viewed on YouTube, so it's done really well. In the meantime, Danny and Bruce and I all being friends, and all the other people in the sphere around kind of central London. Dan came up with the idea of us all doing it was based around that party, wasn't it?
It was a party act. In Twickenham, the Turks and Twickenham. Friends of ours. It was 3 friends on birthday. You're gonna have a disco or something. Disco. So we formed the band for the night. All the musicians became Pentecostal Holiday.
We still continues to this day.
27 years.
Okay, Danny, I'm going to leave.
There you go. He'll be here drinking the wine.
Oh yes.
And we just threw parties, for the likes of members of the Sweet, Andy Scott, Mick Tucker, Phil Lanza from the those gay guys from Atlantis.
Troy Brothers.
The gay twins.
We're still at the band. A variety of people came through the band. All been great fun for 27 years.
And in fact, you was a regular on the West End scene in many ways, weren't you?
Oh yes.
Friend of the Stars.
Yes. I done the Bermuda Triangle, the Ship, the Marquee, and the Sabarites.
Good. Never left.
Great times, great big times. Yeah.
And sorry, and the album Weapon, it's sort of got released posthumously, sort of 30th anniversary release eventually.
Well, no, the first time around, it's only a second release actually.
I'm sorry.
First time was 2003.
2003 or 2?
Yeah,
no, 2003. Yeah.
Jeff, because he done it.
Yeah, but what happened was Jeff Gillespie was working for a sort of independent sort of magazine label called Zoom Club.
Yeah.
And he basically contacted me and said, "Did you ever get a release on that Weapon album?" I said, "No." He said, "Well, would you like it released?" And I said, "Blimey, yeah." He's like, "Oh, I don't know about that, you know, all those years later." Anyway, they said we'd remaster it, do the various bits and pieces. We did. So, and then we came up, we got the deal together with Jeff Gillespie. Jeff then left, crazily, typical of our career, left Zoom Club. But the guy that replaced him came up and said, "No, I think we can do a good deal on this, and we'll get it out there, we'll do the various bits and pieces, we'll get it remastered, we'll do a full booklet and that whole thing." We said, "Yeah, great, it'd be lovely." Thinking about it, you know, all those years back when we were kids making it, great to actually get it out there.
Yeah.
So it was released at that particular point.
Did that set the wheels in motion for Weapon to reform?
Yeah, we after that came out, we got offered the Headbangers Ball in Germany.
Yeah, it's a fantastic little
Yeah.
festival.
It really is good fun. That was in 2005, which would have been our 25th anniversary.
Yeah.
So we thought, fuck it, get back together.
Yeah.
Got the original boys back together. Done a couple of warm-up gigs in London, the Bull in Chiswick and the Standard.
Oh, yeah.
The famous one. And then went out and done the gig and had a ball, it was great. And then when we come off that,
Well, the thing is about the Headbangers Ball was we were stunned. You know, we came on the set of stage like, and the place just erupted.
Yeah.
And we just thought, we looked at each other and thought, well, maybe we should do it again.
Yeah.
Because I mean, they were literally invading the stage.
Yeah.
We couldn't get them off the mic.
It's only much, obviously not many people have been there, especially in England.
Yeah.
It's a fantastic little festival. It's
Yeah.
got 3,000 people out on the farm. It's full of proper old headbangers,
Real
leather hats, jackets.
And kids as well.
And
All the
that's the amazing thing, there's a lot of young kids. Does that surprise you, like the re-emergence of new wave of British heavy metal? And most people you see at these gigs is actually younger fans who weren't there first time around.
Yeah.
totally, I mean, particularly at that place. But I think what helped that as well was the Lars Ulrich and Jeff Barrett, wasn't it? 79 Revisited.
Oh, of course, yeah.
And Lars picked up.
Compilation album, yeah.
Lars picked set the stage light and put on that, you know, and I think that brought us back into the limelight again, so that helped. But after that, we spoke about reforming. Actually, we spoke about writing together and recording to see what would happen. Unfortunately, Bruce is a full-time member of the Suite, so he's daytime job. And Baz, our bass player, is very ill.
So you've got 2 new members in the band now.
So we got the lovely Ian Sweetings over here.
I'll come squeeze in.
There he is, he's a little bit.
Known as
Fun to the party.
He came out, and then we had Gavin Cooper on bass.
Yeah.
Gavin was with us on the recording with Ready For You on the video, but he couldn't commit to the band full time. So we got PJ Phillips in. So the lineup at the moment is Ian.
Because you haven't recorded You Me Too, you made a video for Ready For You, the single.
Yeah.
So can we expect a new album at some point?
Oh yes.
It's in the final mixing stages at the moment, out in Atlanta, Muse Studios with Andy Riley.
Yeah.
So yeah,
Sounding really, really good.
very, very soon.
Yeah. The new album's it's a step forward. A lot of people said to us, you know, what's it like and that kind of stuff. I mean, Mark, you've heard it for you, and you said nice things about it. So thanks very much for that. It's not necessarily in the vein of Ready For You, because we wrote that specifically to garner a bit of attention, maybe get a bit of radio play, that kind of thing. It's a complete step forward. It's very difficult to say what it sounds like, but it's what we sounded like in the 80s, but the whole thing's been brought forward. The thing is, they say a new wave of British heavy metal sound, but there wasn't one really. You know, all those bands were all different, weren't they?
That's very, very true. Yeah, every band has its own unique sound. Yeah.
They did.
Just all on the same umbrella.
Yeah.
No, exactly. I mean, you know, we didn't sound like Madness didn't sound like Maiden didn't sound like Saxon. You know, all the bands, Samson, all those great bands up there at the time, they didn't actually sound like each other. They had sort of communal influences, if you like. You know, the same sort of bands that they loved and this sort of thing. But the major influences made them sound different. So this album is not new wave of British heavy metal sounding. I'll be honest about that. It's not. It's a classic rock album, basically.
Good.
Yeah.
Which we were told by last night we played the trumpets in Boston. And we met the original drummer from The Who.
Lovely guy. Yeah,
Doug
lovely guy.
Sandham, I think his
Yeah.
And when we came off stage, none of the old man came up and said, "You're not heavy metal." Classic rock band.
Yeah. Well, I think of many years, over the years, like, heavy metal has sort of changed, because these days people think of heavy metal and I think of, whoa, million miles an hour, collapsing cardboard boxes of drumming and all that. It's lost its root in many ways.
It's rock music.
Yeah. Heavy metal's just good rock played at volume 10.
Exactly. Yeah. So anyway, with the album that's being mixed at the moment, there's a couple of things hopefully happening.
And do you feel like now the pressure's off, like compared back to the early 80s with young guys, and you're thinking getting a big time, there's a lot of outside input, and now you're your own boss in many ways, aren't you?
You know, we're going with the flow.
Got control now.
Yeah.
So yeah, more control.
Yeah. So obviously your name's been getting out there for other reasons as well. Like this year Metallica done a massive tour, we played the Black Album in reverse order. Joe Central's been on stage with like a denim jacket and loads of new Open Metal bands, but right there, big letters, weapon pack.
No, that's just astounding us. When that came out first, I thought someone's photoshopped that.
Yeah.
And most people said that, you know, be photoshopped. And of course, as the tour went on, and you see the video from photographs from different countries, it was there, here, it was like, cool. And around that time, I got in touch with Lars Ulrich to thank them for free publicity and explain that Weapon was back. And I got the most beautiful email back from him. I said, "Oh man," in his
Oh man. So was he's to you, he's a fan of you.
Yeah. He's delighted that we're back together, and I sent him a couple of tracks off and well, knocked out with him, and we're hoping maybe we can do something in the future.
That'd be fantastic. And obviously the Olympics at the moment, and it's very close to here today, bicycle race around Wimbledon and the test, and but as a fan, I got told to remove her shirt recently, I think last week. That's a bit more
I think it was actually Sandy News then. She was only 13 years of age. This is the worst part about this whole story. She was with 3 other friends, and again, when this came out, I thought, somebody's working PR for us, this is great.
I mean, this is the t-shirt we're talking
about. That very t-shirt, not that t-shirt. Does look so sexy.
It's on my own breasts.
Anyway,
there's no enhancement there.
She's standing in the waiting for the procession to come through the torch and messing about. A couple of the security guards pulled her and my friends out, pulled her and my friends went with her. And took her to a tent where there was police there and interviewed her, saying, "What is this all about?"
Yeah.
So
it's quite shameful, she's only 30. Exactly, yeah.
It's a rock and roll t-shirt. And obviously upset the child, you know, she's only a child. And of course, went home and told Daddy, and Daddy got very upset. Nearly got arrested.
And what was it offensive? It was just offensive because it did say weapon.
Weapon.
That was it.
Who the fuck's it got?
It's got guns on it as well.
Yeah.
Promoting guns.
They say weapon, but the guy who told her to remove it was a tool.
Well, you told him to. Anyway, it's all been sort of legal reasons I can't talk about it. It's all been sorted. But really stupid. But great publicity for us. I think we sold 2 extra t-shirts this month. Yeah. I just had 5,000 actually alcohol.
And what are the plans for the rest of the year for Weapons? And I believe you're playing a little Denim and Leather festival up in Wolverhampton. I think
quite a lot in September.
Are we also playing that festival?
It's 29th September. We have a couple of gigs before that. The 8th of September, the Scott Hardy Ride Out, which is a charity for soldiers killed in Afghanistan. There's a lot of lads doing that. That's in Chelmsford. 15th we're in Belgium, and then there's the big one on the 29th at the Slater Rooms in Wolverhampton, alongside Mantas, Stampede, Gaskin and Agico.
Fantastic bands. I've got from Super Bowl this year, so that'd be a great weekend.
It should be really, really good, and you know, it's reasonably priced.
Yeah.
So we're looking forward to that one.
Interesting enough, it's the first time, apparently, I didn't know this, but somebody said to us, it's the first genuine bands from that era have got together and done a festival in the UK. Because, you know, people invite bands like us abroad to go and play those places, but in the UK nobody's done it.
There's one in Camden, the British Steel Festival, which is sort of similar, but for some reason they don't get many people from England go to that one.
No, we done it this year.
That's why we done it. Yeah.
But the headline band wasn't a new wave band.
That's right, it wasn't this year.
That's right, yeah. Whereas this band is. Agincourt aren't, but they're obviously very influenced. They're special guests. So you know, we want to help the guys. Hopefully. So, but the 4 bands that are there are all from that era.
Like I say, the young band at Agincourt, and that's the beauty of New Open Metal. It's still influenced. There's a lot of young bands out there who's one of you captured that sound. It's good to see.
It's pretty amazing. We played in Milan 2 weeks ago, a festival called Diverse
Diverse
Humanity.
Diverse Humanity Rock.
So there was 8 bands on with us, but the band under us, a band called Ruler, used to render from the 1980s. They're only 19 and 20-year-old kids, and they just got to the whole sound. Their album sounds like Iron Maiden's first album. So the influence is there, and you know, spreading around the world. So it's great. Really, really good.
Well, Weapon, it's been fantastic talking to you, and
Cheers, Mark.
Cheers,
look
mate.
out for the new album when it comes out. So,
Yes.
Weapon are back.
Cheers, Mark. Thank you very much.
And ready for you!
Excellent, cheers.
Ow!